Hey folks, welcome back to Markelly Farm. We got a little adventure to go on today. We're going to go help out a neighbor. So come on along. So we've got our new trailer that we got hooked up. We've got the tractor with the brush hog on, all tied up and ready to go. We're going to go do some brush hogging for the neighbor. He's got some lanes that he uses to run his cattle through, and they've got super tall weeds, like 8 feet tall. And if you allow those to stay in there, when we start getting snow drift, the snow will drift in there really deep because of the tall weeds, and then he won't be able to move his cattle when he needs to this winter. So we did this for him last year. We're going to go help him out again. Real good friend of mine. Love to help him. Always love this sight coming over the big hill. Beautiful. All right, we made it to Carl's house. We're all unloaded. We're going to get on out there and get the brush hogging. Carl's leading the way with the side-by-side. All right, we're going to start here. We're going to do 2 passes, one on the way in, one on the way out. Get our PTO. And we got to go up to 540 RPM. Pasture out here. Chopping corn. I love that tree. It's an awesome tree. I did a round around the brush pile there, so when they want to burn that, they have access to that. Carl's got a neat little area down here, a little meadow. I'd make me a little campsite down in here, it'd be pretty cool. Carl brought me up to the top of the hill above his place. You can see just crazy 360 views up here. Beautiful views. See for miles and miles. That's back towards town. You can see all the windmills way out there. That's a big feed lot over there. There's a deer in there eating plums in the plum thicket. Chowing down. Just saw her head sticking out.
Come on. He won't bite you. You're all right. He won't bite you. No, he won't.
Carl brings all the lamb's quarter up here from his garden. The cows love eating it. We have a feller in town that does not believe that they eat lamb's quarters. And he also picks up all the apples that fall off the tree. The cows like the apples. Gonna crunch them all up. Mmm. They don't know about strangers. Carl doesn't usually bring somebody with him. Well, we got all done over at Carl's. He gave us a grand tour of his property. Beautiful place. Lots and lots of pasture out there. Always enjoy helping out Carl and hanging with him. He's always trying to pay me and pay me back and doing all this other stuff, but I told him it's just neighbors helping neighbors out here, Carl. And I've had a lot of people help me out. My friends Matt and my friend Steve helped me out a lot over the years, and I just thank God I'm in a position where I can pay it forward and help other people and help the neighbors out. So I enjoy doing it. So we're going to head home and get everything unloaded. Now we're back home. We've got everything unloaded, and then I got to call our beef is done over at the locker. About a half of beef. So we've got all of our coolers loaded up, and we're going to head and pick up some beef. Come on along if you want. Here we are in the little town of Amherst at Belchner Custom Meats. Here to get our beef. All right, we've got the big 100 quart full, so we'll start working on our other two ice chests here. All right, we had just enough space. All three coolers are full to the gills. So let's get back home. We're gonna have some rearranging to do in the freezer. Beautiful day. Hey, you're not supposed to be up here on the road. Go back down there, Mama. All right, we're back home. We're starting a reorganization of the freezer here. The door is just completely packed full. I've moved as many vegetables and stuff as I could over to this freezer. Everything like sausages and stock and all that is on the top shelf. I've got 3 full shelves to put stuff in. I've got last year's meat down in here, whatever's left right here in front, some chicken and some pork, everything is on that shelf. So all of our new stuff is going to have to fit on these 3 shelves. Well, I've got almost 2 shelves full of hamburger. Got a little bit of space here, a little bit of space here, and some here, and this whole shelf, and then a little bit of room down here. Hopefully we're going to make it. Okay, we got all of our snack sticks in here. I ordered 20 pounds of snack sticks this year because we really enjoy those. Kelly takes them for lunch. There's our cute little tri-tip. Throw that in there. It's filling up. There's all of our chuck roasts. There's all of our sirloin steaks. There's all of our New York strips. Got our ribeye on top of that. Got our brisket in there now. I think we may make it, folks. There's our beef fillet steaks, filet mignon. Don't ask me how we still had some left from last year. I just found those when we were going through the freezer. That looks like supper tomorrow. Okay, we're down to the wire. We got flat iron steak. That can go in there on top. Skirt steak. That was filet I missed. We'll put that right there. Don't fall out. Another skirt steak. And last but not least, flank steak. Woohoo! It fit. Holy smokes. I'm going to go ahead and turn the key on this thing to keep the door shut, because if there's any pressure, I don't want popping the door open and defrosting all of our meat. And we've got a little room to spare that we're going to need. I need to start cooking some beef dishes. I took a bunch of pork out. I got 4 pork roasts I pulled out. We're going to do a ton of pulled pork here since I already have the barbecue out in the driveway. We'll schedule a big, before school, big family get together. We'll eat up all that pulled pork. So, I'm relieved that it all fit. We still got some stuff from the garden that's going to need room in the freezer, so that's nice that we still have some room. I went to move this ice chest. I forgot there's still stuff in here, but not all of it needs to go in the freezer. We're going to do the oxtail. We'll put in the freezer for some ossobuco. There's only 2 packages of that, and then we have our beef tongue here. I may save this for tacos, but I also may turn this into food for the pups. We have heart and liver in here as well for the pups. We'll make some good, really good dog food for the pups with this stuff. So I'm gonna get this oxtail out of here. Okay, I just put my oxtail and my tongue down there on last year's meat shelf. Might as well pull one of these out because Kelly's gonna want some of those very soon. I put all the liver and the heart here in this pan to thaw out overnight. It's going to take a good long time to thaw. And then we'll cook all this up tomorrow for the pups. And then that way also we don't need room in the freezer for it. We'll just have little bags that we can store here and there. So Kelly got home and supper is over. The question always comes up, how much did we pay for our freezer beef? So I'll fill you in on that breakdown. Our half of beef was 320 pounds hanging weight. That's after the animal is dispatched. All of the organs and everything are removed, and that's just a hanging, skinless carcass. Half of it. So 320 pounds. I paid the producer $3 a pound, which is based on that 320 pound hanging weight. And then we paid about $1.50 a pound for cut and wrap there at Belschner's. So total, I think, was $14.70 was the cost. So that works out to about $4.50 per pound. And you can't even buy a hamburger for that at the grocery store. So it's a real inexpensive way to get your meat if you can come up with that amount of money at one time. Hopefully you can save up and do that. Find you a beef producer somewhere and say, hey, I'd like to buy some of your beef, and chances are they send their beef to a locker here and there, and they'll let you have a half or whole or whatever you want, a quarter. Our people that we do will even sell a quarter. The problem with buying a quarter is you can't choose your cuts all the time, because if you're buying a quarter, they need to split the half evenly so everybody gets the same amount of steaks and the same type of steaks and stuff like that. So you really can't call your shots if you're getting a quarter. Like I like getting the skirt steak and the brisket and all that. There's only one brisket to a half, so they have to split it up accordingly. But it's a great way to buy beef. Another way is just go to the locker. If you have a meat locker near you and say, hey, I'm looking for some beef. Do you have any producers bringing any in soon? And they'll have a list of people that bringing them in, and usually the ones that they'll have some beef available, whether it be a half or a whole, whatever. So good way to track down some really cheap beef and fantastic stuff. You know exactly where it's coming from. Your ground beef doesn't come from 1,000 different cows. It's good stuff. We absolutely love our Nebraska beef here. So we're going to call it a day. Thanks for hanging out with us and running around with us today. It's been a full day. Just a gorgeous evening out here. I'm going to sit out here in the grain bin and enjoy it. So, till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. We'll see you next time here at Markelly Farm.